Hello, everybody, and welcome back to celebstrology. We are doing a fun one today. Today, we're going to do a basic overview of Miley Cyrus astrology chart, and we have an exact time of birth for her, so that's pretty awesome as well. Okay, let's get into it. So, Miley is a Taurus rising, but she's on the cusp of Gemini. So your rising sign, this is your first impression sign, people that don't know you very well, how they would describe you, kind of like your front in life. And Taurus is a very simple sign. So Miley, you'll find out later that she's actually a lot deeper. But kind of first impressions, she might come across as very chill, very down to earth. Taurus is the sign that's into the physical senses, so into their body, into their money, just kind of into simple things, physical things, tangible things in life. And so if you were to first meet Miley Cyrus, you might think that there's not that much to her. She might come across a little bit basic. And she is in the Taurus Gemini cusp, so basic mixed with a little bit of social. And also not particularly sensitive. Now, if you get to know her a little bit better, she's actually located in a completely different part of the zodiac. She is another cusper, a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. So when I say cusp, that means you're in between two signs. When you're thinking of astrology, you don't want to be thinking of a digital clock where with each birthday it changes to a complete digit. You want to think of a traditional clock where people can be in between signs, just like the clock ticker can be in between numbers, right? It's gradual, the transition. And so usually when you're on the cusp like Miley, you want to be the earlier sign, and you go about it by being the later sign. So in her case, she wants to be a Scorpio. Scorpios are deep. Scorpios are intense. They're about the underworld. They're the sign associated with death and with sex, because the reason why we reproduce is because everyone dies. And Scorpio, when you think of the time of year, it's in November. It's when all the leaves are turning brown and they're about to fall off, because Scorpio understands that in order for life to recreate, things need to die. So it's heavy, it's hardcore, it's intense. This is who Miley wants to be. But she goes about it by being a Sagittarius, which is more of a party sign. It's the sign of the perpetual bachelor, bachelorette. It is fiery, creative, passionate, fun. Tons of musicians and rock stars are Sagittarians. So this probably isn't a surprise. And then when you get to know her a little bit more, her moon's in Scorpio. So now she's got a ton of Scorpio energy. So her emotions are in Scorpio. Her emotions are very, very heavy. And Scorpio is a one-on-one sign. You need a partner. Whenever you're looking at Miley in the tabloids, she's always with Liam or she's always with a different guy, but she's kind of a serial monogamist. She's one of those girls that always has a boyfriend. Scorpio craves one-on-one connection. And she has her sun signs on the cusp of Scorpio and her moon is in Scorpio. So she really needs that super intense, deep, you are my everything and our feelings are an ocean. And then, let's get to her Mercury. So that's how you communicate how you think. Also in Scorpio. So rough, heavy, deep, edgy, raw, and very, very emotional, but also guarded. Scorpio, you might have heard they have like grudges and trust issues. That's because their feelings are so deep, they need to keep a fortress around them. And so the way that Miley communicates is really intense. So even though she might come across as her energy is kind of like basic and social and a partier and fun, when you hear her talk, it's like, raw, edgy. And I think we've heard her speak that way in interviews. She's unfiltered and very, very, very direct. Finally, last two signs in her chart are her romance signs, her Venus and her Mars, which they're in opposite signs. So her Venus is in Capricorn, the sign of the father, and her Mars in Cancer, the sign of the mother. What this tells me is romantically, she goes back and forth between these two roles. She doesn't know what she wants her role to be in a relationship. She doesn't know if she wants to kind of wear the pants and be calling the shots and being the Capricorn side, or if she actually wants to be nurtured and mothered and be a Cancer and, have a more sweet, sensitive relationship. She's just unsure. And in astrology, sometimes the answer is both. Overall, Miley has kind of a tough chart. Very, very powerful and very, very layered. Also not particularly balanced. There aren't a lot of breaths of fresh air in Miley's chart. There aren't a lot of stabilizing signs. So when you have a person like Miley Cyrus, you have a very intense individual. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and let me know who you want me to do next. Thank you so much.